Good evening, folks, and welcome to this food board analysis for January 2019. And this is your host, Jason Anthony Pinheiro, coming for you live from his studios of Barnum Hill, Brooklyn. This month, we had a bumpy start where we have this during my speech that obviously after um the Q&A ended, I apologize to Freddie Farrell, but we have an exclusive for you all, and is regarding Bombardier. We asked this morning New York City Transit President Andy Byford if the food board is going to consider future procurements within New York City Transit with Bombardier. Here's his answer.
And it does it in about 20 minutes. It's actually a Mississauga. It does it in about 20 minutes. So you take line, well, there's two there, Mirabelle into that. So you take line 2 to Kipling, and then all within the same complex. The TTC is beautifully designed within these multimodal interchanges. So within the same complex for the same ticket or transfer, you don't have to go out. You'll come out the subway, up an escalator. There's a streetcar here and a bus there, and it's all multimodal integrated, right? So you come out of Kipling, go up to the bus interchange, and the 142 airport.
That's President Byford describing to Omar Vera how the TTC it is.
One thing, President Byford, after what you said regarding Bombardier, that you said deja vu times 2, is New York City Transit planning to ban Bombardier?
That would be a matter for the board. That's always an option, because they can get a rating that basically a rating says that they for poor performance they're debarred. But I don't do it right now, so I want the remaining vehicles.
And regarding the announcement for accessible stations, they could be in the audio form, just like SEPTA has it. Like, let's say Brooklyn Bridge City Hall. It's an accessible station.
Yes.
So when the trains at Fulton Street depart,
yeah. So that's what we want to get to. On buses and subways, there should be audible aural announcements. So that is our plan.
Because I was on SEPTA and I took the Market Frankfurt line, and every station that is accessible, it will say the next stop, let's say 46th Street.
So that's our plan. That is our plan. We're on the case of increasing the amount of customer info about accessibility. I better get ready.
All right. Thanks, President Byford.
There you have it, an exclusive just for our channel. President Byford answering to us regarding Bombardier, and obviously we raised a question, a valid one, regarding audio announcements regarding accessible stations. And there's his answer to my question. But CBS2 managed to record the actual surprise of the day. And it came from a board member who lives in the city. So let's enjoy what happened that on that moment when the board decided to say no, at least for now, regarding the fare and toll increases. Let's listen in. I'd like to make some comments. That's board member Peter Ward. Be a good idea for this board to consider paying the families of certain places on the think about it. And we can look with them for it. And I'm making a mess. But I'm making a suggestion is this. The number of questions so what is the plans that one that breakable small confidence and you see board member Scott Rector paying attention what fellow board member Peter Ward is saying. And there you have our junior riders champion with Veronica Vanderpool seconding what Peter Ward said. Additionally, Larry Schwartz, a key player on this, as you guys know, he was a former aide to Governor Andrew Mark Cuomo. And the person sitting next to him is Bob Ferrand, who is the CFO of the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, known as the MTA. And next to Bob Ferrand, you have Pat Foley, the president of the MTA, the former executive director of the Port Unauthorized of New York and New Jersey, the person whom approved in January 2017 a 10-year capital plan that included the most dumbest transportation project ever, that is AirTrain to LaGuardia Airport. And next to Larry Schwartz is Andrew Sloan, who I happened to find in to bump into when I was going up in the elevator this morning. He was actually using a walker. So he is recovering from back surgery, and he couldn't miss this meeting. Oftentimes, Andrew Soul is known by stretching the amount of time that Metro North discusses things. Of course, he is the representative of Westchester County, and he often stretches the meetings of Metro North. That has a domino effect finance, CPUG, etc., etc. So let's listen what Larry Schwartz said regarding Peter Ward's comment and Veronica Vanderpool's comments. Let's listen in.
What might be support things? To create a working group to look at other revenue alternatives rather than just looking at a fare increase as a revenue alternative, with the priority being riders first, budget second. And one of the suggestions I'll make is to convene a working group within the finance committee to begin immediately. And you don't have to be on the finance committee to participate if you want, to come up and look at all kinds of revenue opportunities to minimize or offset any potential fare increase, and have those recommendations ready well in advance of the meeting. And the other thing, because I've been very vocal about it, and I just want to keep it on the record, is that if we have to in February or whenever vote for some type of fare increase plan on the riders, I can never support a fare increase unless there's some kind of performance improvement metrics that ensures the riders that they're going to continue to see, hopefully in the future, better service and more reliability. I made a vain effort in a short period of time to try to come up with my own set of metrics, working with the MTA to do that. Those metrics were to improve on-time performance, to reduce the number of delays, whether it's signal failure, track failure, car failure, to ensure, at least on commuter rails, that there was adequate seating on the trains by reducing the number of short trains on the system. I have no pride of authorship on what the metrics should be. And I would look forward to working with every and any board member that agrees with this philosophy, that we need to change the thinking and the culture of how we operate the system to make sure that there's clear performance metrics tied to any potential future fare increase, to kind of give some level of trust and confidence to the ridership that we're going to continue to move forward on a path of greater reliability of the system that they depend on. Thank you.
There's been a motion made and seconded. It's pretty clear. All in favor? Second, opposed, abstaining. The motion carries, which Mr. Saul abstains. This means that in the next month, we will be considering not only what is before us, but all the other alternatives, consulting widely among the board, as well as stakeholders, and bring this back for a vote at our February meeting.
There you have it. It is official. The MTA board decided to delay the vote regarding the fare and toll increases. And the reactions to that moment didn't uh didn't the reactions to this delay poured in. Like for instance, we have transit reporter Jose Martinez said that Peter Ward proposed tabling the vote on fare and toll increases is not happening, at least not today. But here are some key factors that we noticed this morning. Number one, let's go to the wait a minute. Okay. Let's go to the board materials, shall we? The material book is 119 pages long. See? Fares, into parentheses, material distributed separately. Guess what? We never receive such material. But instead, we got this, a PowerPoint that was presented during the board meeting. Okay, let's see. All right, let's main drivers of costs and delays. One, unbalanced risk. Two, layers of bureaucracy. This word was mentioned by Governor Andrew Mark Cuomo yesterday doing his radio intervention with Brian Lear and WNYC. Number three, weak project management. Mm. The goal, deliver projects on time and on budget. The recommendations, rebalancing risk, more design build, third party dispute resolution, use incentives and penalties. This should be something that should have been applied a long time ago. Expand competition, absolutely. Number two, red tape. Cut change order process. Cut substantial processing time and simplifying specifications. Number three, project management. Appoint project CEO. aggressively managed expansion, better cost forecast, design build. This concept is way this concept design build is has been used for years already, and all started with the enhanced station initiatives. And we were today in one of those stations that will build under the ESI. So we have seven design build projects in 2018 on bridges and tunnels for the amount of $251 million. We have Metro North that has four that kicked off in 2018 worth 580 million, and three more coming this year in 2019 worth over $130 million. In terms of New York City Transit, 19 stations done already with design built under Enhanced Station Initiative, and on the Long Island Railroad using design build for 14 station enhancements, one traction sub power substation, two more substations in 2019. Using neutral third party to resolve dispute, not MTA employees. Metro North Railroad is now using MTA employees as arbitrators on all contracts. In 2019, all construction contracts of over 50 million will adopt independent, neutral third party model. Reducing financial risk. Bond requirements. Going forward, payment bonds will cut in half and contracts exceeding $250 million. Faster payments. Reduce internal payment cycle to 21 days. Polish on payments even when some items are in dispute. Sharing risk drives lower bids. Track outage. MTA and contractors each responsible for their own performance. Utilities. Contractor not liable for delay caused by utilities. Hazardous materials. Allocated contingency for unknown risk. Unexpected subsurface conditions. Risk are shared. And we have the cutting red tape, change order processing time. If you compare 2017 to 2018, there was a 66% drop. New York City Transit attacking red tape on many fronts. One, rewriting 50 plus design specifications. 40% increase in track outage for capital projects. Streamline cost forecasting. Sea Beach subway stations. 13% increase in New York City Transit Ward trains locomotive availability. 30% increase in flat car availability. Better management eliminating flagger shortage. A New York City Transit Executive meeting meets bi-weekly to resolve scope and schedule issues. Stronger project management, project CEO. Strong leadership controls scope creep. Project leads for projects over 50 billion in bridges and tunnels. Metro North Railroad using project lead for 365 million. Harmon Shop Phase 5 Stage 2. And Long Island Railroad using project lead for Jamaica Capacity Improvement Phase 1, $301 million in construction, and Phase 2 in design. Agencies revising project management policies and job descriptions for project leads. MTA needs a cultural change around capital projects. 1. Memo from chairman. Number 2, agency asks to report by April 1st. And 3, make projects on multiple fronts. Next step, additional cost issues to be addressed. 1. Utilities. MTA only agency that pays utility relocation cost. Number 2. Labor costs and work roles. MTA should have a seat at the table. Number 3. Force account. Internal labor, flaggers, design review, expansions, etc. drives project cost. Number 4, BWBE contracts administer effectively to grow expertise and capacity to deliver. And number 5, project management, external consultant cost. And that was the presentation that was given to the MTA board today. But of course, Jose Martinez was not the only one that reacted to this. Let's go to my Periscope page.
We did today. Very soon.
That's New York Post transfer reporter Danielle Fafaro. That's Jose Martinez. There you have the Wall Street, the New York Times transfer reporter Emma Fitzsimmons. There you have political reporter Dana Rothstein. There you have Paul Bolton from the bond buyer. Did Freddie Perez said 6 train? That's my favorite line. So Freddie Perez grew up in the Mount Haven section of the Bronx along the Six. There you have Journal Report Paul Berger. There is CBS 2 political reporter Marsha Kramer. That's your Daily News treasure reporter, Dan Rivoli. That was that that was a shocker question from Dan Rivoli. That's the one. That reporter is a first time comer. As of right now, Freddie is correct. None. Only Amtrak trains uses that track to and from Boston. That's Univision reporter Ricardo Corras. Before we go on forward, this particular reporter, Ricardo Corras, uh, I know this reporter since he was working in Puerto Rico for Telemundo, being the weekend anchor, and on WKQ 580, being let's say a morning news reporter who often give the headlines of the morning. But right now he is working in Univision, and he told me that also studying, I think so, bachelor's on or master's degree in international relations. Ooh, like we say in Puerto Rico, bro. There's NY New York One Noticias reporter Fabiola Galindo. Yep, that's taking Metro North from Riverdale to GCT and then taking the 4 to 5 train to Bowling Green. There's WCBS News Radio 880's Peter Haskell. There goes Greg Barker. The now only TV transfer reporter. Well, there you have the press conference that Freddie Ferrer did earlier this morning, ending with the usual bye bye that just like Donald Trump did when he left the meeting with the Democrats. So uh, now we have to wait. Let me see. 1 month from now, that'll be Wednesday, February 27th, starting at 9 a.m., assuming that will be at 9 a.m. at 2 Broadway. And later on tonight, let's say around 15 to 20 minutes from now, we're going to do our podcast. That will be both English and debuting for the first time ever our podcast in Spanish. So stay tuned for our monthly Jason's Discharge podcast. So thank you for watching.